So one day on a very cold morning, a very rainy cold morning in on the street of Baltimore, I was waiting for the bus to go to school and register for class. I was new in the country and been there for just a couple of months. Straight from Africa into the winter. That winter was pretty new to me. An old good Nike jacket that I could not even zip up was good enough to keep me warm until the bus arrived. At that moment, I got my first interaction, my first ever interaction with the police, or should I say, my first "you fit the description" moment. I saw the police that was heading in one direction make a U-turn, turn on the light, and park next to me. Uh, I was scared. I did not know how to react. I had my hand in my pocket because I was very cold. At that moment, the officer came, greeted me, and asked me what I was doing there. I told him I was living close by and was waiting for the bus to go to school. I had all my paper ID in my backpack and my school registration document in my backpack as well. Uh, he asked me to slowly remove my hands from my pocket, which I did. You can imagine the slowest motion I used at that moment to pull my hands out of those pockets. I showed him my backpack. He verified my paper, my document, and told me that I fitted the description of an individual involved in an incident at the Home Depot close by. He thanked me for complying and then he left. Meanwhile, I missed the bus and had to wait for another one in that frigid cold. I was just shaken. I wondered what would have happened if I was removing my hand from my pocket way too fast. In the current environment America is now, I wonder how we can make sure police officers get home to their family safely and how young African American can survive their interaction with the police. It's a delicate balance. Many black men in this country, no matter their social class, have experienced "you fit the description" moment. I believe the first element to avoid tragedy is for us to educate our children to respect the authority of the police. A lack of respect for authority will always escalate the issue. No matter how tired we are, in the moment of an interaction with the police, we want to remember that they too want the interaction to end without incident. We always should try to give them the benefit of the doubt. The work of the police is stressful. It's a stressful job. A split second, a wrong judgment, and lives can be changed forever. For this reason, it's it's harsh and I believe unreasonable that we push to defund the police. It will not solve the issue. Every human have bias. We all have bias. The goal should be to help the police in our communities be less biased, so that when a 911 call is made, another black life is not taken for fitting a description. So we should encourage more training instead of defunding the police. Just as all white, Asian, Hispanic don't look alike, the same applies to black people. I will teach my children to respect the authority of the police. I will pray that if ever they have an interaction with the police, my son or my daughter is respectful of the police and treat and that the police treat him or her as they will with any white kids in this country. Am I scared for myself while I walk the street of my neighborhood or while I jog? Yes. I'm scared for the future of my children, especially when they will be outside on their own. Yes, my hope is that they make the right judgment if a situation like that arises. My hope is also for the police to be well trained if they respond to any 911 call. We thank the police for the sacrifice. The discussion and training need to happen not only within the police force, but also with the African American community to avoid more tragedy. We all we all can work together to solve this issue. We together are one, and we can make it happen. This was my perspective. I hope to hear from you. Thank you.